a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Derrick Lewis, fighter. Derrick James Lewis is an American professional mixed martial artist, currently competing in the heavyweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. A professional competitor since 2010. Lewis has also competed for Bellator MMA and Legacy FC, where he was the heavyweight champion. As of October 6, 2018, he is contender for the UFC Heavyweight Championship. Background: born and raised as one of 7 siblings, the second oldest, by a single mother in New Orleans, Louisiana, Lewis was troubled growing up and was often involved in street fighting. In 1999, Lewis and his family relocated to Houston, Texas. At the age of 17, Lewis began training in boxing and was preparing for his first amateur fight when the gym unexpectedly shut down, 2 weeks after graduating from high school. Lewis was charged with aggravated assault, and was placed on probation. 2 years later, while attending Kilgore College on a full scholarship for football, Lewis violated his probation and was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but ended up serving 3.5. A week after being released, Lewis was introduced to mixed martial arts by a friend and, while working as a tow truck driver, continued with boxing under the tutelage of George Foreman. However, after dominating in his first professional mixed martial arts fight, Lewis decided to focus on mixed martial arts. Early career: Lewis began his journey in MMA in late 2009, when he made his debut as an amateur against J. Ross Idlzama on October 16, 2009. He lost the fight via TKO. He then faced Tim Buchanan at the United States American Combat Association event on January 30, 2010. He won via TKO. After turning professional in 2010, Lewis would compile a fight record of 4-1 before signing with Bellator Fighting Championships in May 2010. Bellator Fighting Championships. Lewis was scheduled to make his promotional debut at Bellator 45 on May 21, 2011, against Brazilian Thiago Santos. However, the bout was cancelled when Santos had to pull out due to an injury. Lewis faced Tony Johnson at Bellator 46 on June 25, 2011. He lost the bout via unanimous decision. After leaving Bellator, Lewis compiled a record of 6-0 with 1 no contest, most notably winning and successfully defending the Legacy FC Heavyweight Championship. He was then signed to the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. Lewis was scheduled to make his promotional debut against Nandor Gelmino at UFC Fight Night, Condit vs Campman 2 on August 28, 2013. However, the bout was cancelled as Lewis had to pull out due to an injury. Lewis instead made his debut at UFC on Fox, Verdum vs Brown on April 19, 2014, against Jack May. He won via TKO in the first round. In his second fight for the promotion, Lewis faced Guto Innocenti at the Ultimate Fighter 19 finale on July 6, 2014. He won the fight via KO in the first round. Lewis faced Matt Mitrione on September 5, 2014, at UFC Fight Night 50. Mitrione quickly defeated Lewis via first-round knockout. Lewis faced Ruan Potts on February 28, 2015, at UFC 184. He won the fight via TKO in the second round. Lewis next had a rematch with Sean Jordan on June 6, 2015, at UFC Fight Night 68. In their first encounter on the regional circuit in 2010, Lewis lost by unanimous decision. Lewis lost the fight via TKO in the second round. Lewis was expected to face Anthony Hamilton on October 3, 2015, at UFC 192. However, Hamilton was forced out of the bout with an injury and replaced by Victor Pesta. He won the fight via TKO in the third round. Lewis faced Damian Grabowski on February 6, 2016. At UFC Fight Night 82, Lewis dominated the fight, winning via TKO in the first round. Lewis next faced Gabriel Gonzaga on April 10, 2016. At UFC Fight Night 86, he won via KO in the first round. Subsequently, Lewis earned his first performance of the night bonus. Lewis faced Roy Nelson on July 7, 2016, at UFC Fight Night 90, winning by split decision. Lewis was expected to face Marcin Tybura on October 15, 2016, at UFC Fight Night 97. However, the promotion announced on October 6 that they had cancelled the event entirely. Lewis faced Shamil Abdurakhimov on December 9, 2016, in the main event at UFC Fight Night 102. After losing the first 3 rounds, he won the fight by TKO in the 4th round. Lewis faced Travis Browne on February 19, 2017, in the main event at UFC Fight Night 105. He won the fight via knockout in the 2nd round. Both participants were awarded Fight of the Night for their performance. Lewis faced Mark Hunt on June 11, 2017, in the main event at UFC Fight Night 110. He lost by TKO in the 4th round. Despite the loss, the win earned Lewis his 2nd consecutive Fight of the Night bonus award. After the loss, during his post-fight interview, Lewis announced that he was likely retiring from mixed martial arts. Later in the month, Lewis revealed that he ultimately decided to continue fighting. Lewis was expected to face Fabricio Werdum on October 7, 2017 at UFC 216. On the day of the fight, Lewis was forced out of the bout due to a back injury. Lewis faced Marcin Tybura on February 18, 2018 at UFC Fight Night 126. He won the fight via technical knockout. This win earned him the Performance of the Night bonus. Lewis faced Francis Ngannou on July 7, 2018 at UFC 226. He won the fight via unanimous decision. Lewis faced Alexander Volkov on October 6, 2018 at UFC 229. After being behind on the judges' scorecards and visibly hurt multiple times, Lewis knocked Volkov down and subsequently finished the fight with follow-up punches in the closing seconds of the bout. This win earned him the Performance of the Night award. On October 9, the UFC announced that Lewis is expected to face the current UFC light heavyweight champion and UFC heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier for UFC heavyweight championship on November 3 at UFC 230. Personal life. Lewis married his longtime girlfriend in Honolulu, Hawaii, on June 17, 2017. They have 2 sons and 1 daughter. During the flooding caused by Hurricane Harvey in 2017, Lewis pulled an estimated 100 people from the floodwaters in Houston, Texas via his lifted truck. Mixed martial arts record. Yes 2 win vertical bar align center vertical bar 21-5 vertical bar Alexander Volkov vertical bar K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. 229 DTS vertical bar 2018 vertical bar October vertical bar 6 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 4:49 vertical bar Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Small vertical bar Performance of the Night. Yes 2 win vertical bar align center vertical bar 25 vertical bar Francis Ngannou vertical bar decision vertical bar U.F.C. 226 DTS vertical bar 2018 vertical bar July vertical bar 6 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 5:00 vertical bar Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Yes 2 win vertical bar align center vertical bar 19-5 vertical bar Marcin Tybura vertical bar T.K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight Night, Cowboy vs Medeiros, DTS vertical bar 2018 vertical bar February vertical bar 18 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2:48 Austin, Texas, United States. Small vertical bar Performance of the Night. Note 2 Loss vertical bar align center vertical bar 18-5 vertical bar Mark Hunt vertical bar T.K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight Night, Lewis vs Hunt, DTS vertical bar 2017 vertical bar June vertical bar 11 Vertical bar align center vertical bar 4 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:51 vertical bar Auckland, New Zealand, small vertical bar fight of the night. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 18-4 vertical bar Travis Brown vertical bar K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight night, Lewis vs Brown, DTS vertical bar 2017 vertical bar February vertical bar 19. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:12 vertical bar Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, small vertical bar fight of the night. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 17-4 vertical bar Shamil Abdurakhimov vertical bar T.K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight night, Lewis vs Abdurakhimov, DTS vertical bar 2016 vertical bar December vertical bar 9. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 4 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:42 vertical bar Albany, New York, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 16-4 vertical bar Roy Nelson, decision vertical bar U.F.C. Fight night, Dos Anjos vs Alvarez, DTS vertical bar 2016 vertical bar July vertical bar 7. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 5:00 vertical bar Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 15-4 vertical bar Gabriel Gonzaga vertical bar K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight night, Rothwell vs Dos Santos, DTS vertical bar 2016 vertical bar April vertical bar 10. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 4:48 vertical bar Zagreb, Croatia, small vertical bar performance of the night. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 14-4 vertical bar Damian Grabowski vertical bar T.K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. Fight night, Hendricks vs Thompson, DTS vertical bar 2016 vertical bar February vertical bar 6. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2:17 vertical bar Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 13-4 vertical bar Victor Pesta vertical bar T.K.O. vertical bar U.F.C. 192, DTS vertical bar 2015 vertical bar October vertical bar 3. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1:15, Houston, Texas, United States. No 2 loss vertical bar align center vertical bar 12-4 vertical bar Sean Jordan, TKO, UFC Fight Night, Borch vs Henderson, DTS vertical bar 2015 vertical bar June vertical bar 6. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 0:48 vertical bar New Orleans, Louisiana, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 12-3, Ruan Potts vertical bar T.K.O. UFC 184, DTS vertical bar 2015 vertical bar February vertical bar 28. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:18, Los Angeles, California, United States. No 2 loss vertical bar align center vertical bar 11-3, Matt Mitrione vertical bar K.O. UFC Fight Night, Shakir vs Mousasi, DTS vertical bar 2014 vertical bar September vertical bar 5. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 0:41, Mashantucket, Connecticut, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 11-2, Guto Innocenti, KO, The Ultimate Fighter, Team Edgar vs Team Penn finale, DTS vertical bar 2014 vertical bar July vertical bar 06. Vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:30, Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 10-2, Jack May, TKO, UFC on Fox, Verdum vs Brown, DTS vertical bar 2014 vertical bar April vertical bar 19 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 4:23 Orlando, Florida, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 9-2 Ricky Shivers, TKO, Legacy FC 18. DTS vertical bar 2013 vertical bar March vertical bar 01 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 4:22 Houston, Texas, United States. Small vertical bar defended the Legacy FC Heavyweight Championship. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 8-2 Jared Roshold, KO, Legacy FC 13. DTS vertical bar 2012 vertical bar August vertical bar 17 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 4:41 Dallas, Texas, United States. Small vertical bar won the Legacy FC Heavyweight Championship. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 7-2 Alex Flores, TKO, RFA 2. DTS vertical bar 2012 vertical bar March vertical bar 30 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2:37 Kearney, Nebraska, United States. No contest North Carolina vertical bar align center vertical bar 6-2 Jeremiah Constant, North Carolina, fight to win. Paramount Prize Fighting 2012 DTS vertical bar 2012 vertical bar January vertical bar 27 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 0:48 vertical bar Denver, Colorado, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 6-2 Raheem Cleveland, TKO, Legacy FC 9. DTS vertical bar 2011 vertical bar December vertical bar 16 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3:12 Houston, Texas, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 5-2 Jay Pesh, TKO, Immortal Combat Fighting. DTS vertical bar 2011 vertical bar September vertical bar 03 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 0:46 Spring, Texas, United States. No 2-loss vertical bar align center vertical bar 4-2 Tony Johnson, decision, Bellator 46. DTS vertical bar 2011 vertical bar June vertical bar 25 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 5:00 vertical bar Hollywood, Florida, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 4-1 Taylor Herbert, TKO, International Extreme Fight Association. DTS vertical bar 2011 vertical bar February vertical bar 26 vertical bar align center vertical bar 1 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2:14 Houston, Texas, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 3-1 Raheem Cleveland, submission, Worldwide Gladiator. DTS vertical bar 2010 vertical bar November vertical bar 12 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 133 Pasadena, Texas, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 2-1 Ryan Martinez, TKO, fight to win / King of Champions. Worlds Collide. DTS vertical bar 2010 vertical bar July vertical bar 24 vertical bar align center vertical bar 2 vertical bar align center vertical bar 103 vertical bar Denver, Colorado, United States. No 2-loss vertical bar align center vertical bar 1-1 Sean Jordan, decision, Cajun Fighting Championships. Full Force. DTS vertical bar 2010 vertical bar June vertical bar 25 vertical bar align center vertical bar 3 vertical bar align center vertical bar 5:00 vertical bar Lafayette, Louisiana, United States. Yes to win vertical bar align center vertical bar 1-0 Nick Mitchell, TKO, Worldwide Gladiator. DTS vertical bar 2010 vertical bar April vertical bar 09 Vertical bar align center, vertical bar 2, vertical bar align center, vertical bar 133, Pasadena, Texas, United States. End. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?